All right. Hello, Churchill. My name is Court Worth. I'm one of the counselors at Churchill. Specifically, I work with 10th through 12th graders, last names starting with P through Z. And I'm here today just as a guest and to help introduce our speaker. This is a session for Eastern Oregon University, and our speaker is Tricia Stout from the admissions department at Eastern. And with that, I will hand it over to Tricia. Thank you for being here today, Tricia.
Thanks, Court. It's lovely to be here today. I will just start sharing and we'll get right to, let me move that bar out of the way. And I think it'll be good to go. Just 1 second. Okay, and Court, that's full screen for you?
Yep.
Okay, fantastic. Well, hello everyone. It's great to be presenting to all of you Churchill students about Eastern Oregon University. You may not have heard of us because we're located over in LaGrande, Oregon. So this introductory slide is just a quick video to kind of fly you over campus and get a glimpse of our beautiful Grand Ronde Valley. So the blue mountains are those that are surrounding LaGrande. And then you'll get a glimpse here in a second of the Wallowa Mountains, where you can access the Eagle Cap Wilderness. So this mountain range over there is the Wallowas. All right. So in case you're not familiar with it, we are located in LaGrande, which is about 4 hours east of Portland. It's about 3 hours to Boise, Idaho. It's about 5 hours to Bend, Oregon. And it's also about 5.5 hours to Albany, Oregon, where I grew up. So I think it's about 6.5 hours to Eugene. Our region has some really fantastic outdoor offerings. Mount Emily Recreational Area is one of them. And this is about a 10-minute drive from campus. There's lots of different access points to hiking trails, mountain biking trails. There's also just a road system, county roads, gravel roads that you can go drive on Mount Emily. And then there's fantastic huckleberry patches that you can pick in the summertime and morel mushrooms that you can go forage for in the spring. Anthony Lakes is our local ski and snowboarding mountain. This is about an hour south of campus. And Eastern Oregon University students can receive discounted lift passes. So there's the downhill cross-country skiing and snowboarding. There's a Nordic Center, so you can go cross-country skiing and snowshoeing. They offer classes, so if you've always wanted to learn how to ski or snowboard, you can take those classes up there. And then our outdoor adventure program, which I'll talk about a little bit later, also provides classes and opportunities to get up to the mountain to our students. Morgan Lake's really close by again. It's about 10 minutes away again in the southwest corner of LaGrande. Easy hiking and biking trails around the lake. And then you can also stick your pole in the water because Oregon Department of Fish and Wildlife stocks it with fish. And obviously you see that picture of some of our students kayaking and paddleboarding. And so you can stick, put non-motorized boats on the lake as well. So LaGrande itself is about 13,000 people in our community, and we are the largest town in the Grand Ronde Valley. So there's lots of other little towns that are nestled in the corners of the valley as well. Something I absolutely love about living in LaGrande is our 4 seasons. So you experience a lot more sunshine, a lot less gray sky days, crunchy leaves in the fall instead of those, soggy leaves that you walk through in the Willamette Valley. And we get snow in the wintertime, on average about 23 inches. So you get to experience, just experience a winter wonderland, and classes won't get canceled either. So you'll still have to go to class. And it's just a really, really beautiful valley to live in. So looking to campus, we are one of the smaller public universities in the state. This last academic year, we had just over 1,500 students studying on campus. What that means for you in classroom size, on average, our classes are fewer than 25 students. Some of our larger 100 level general education classes could be 75 to maybe 90 students. But really, typically, you're going to be in your major in classes of fewer than 25. For me, since I am an alum of Eastern, my largest class was about 75 students. It was a Biology 101 class I took my freshman year. And then my smallest class was 3, including myself, and that was an upper division music class for my degree program. These are some of our more popular areas of study on campus. We were founded as an educators college back in 1929. So that's still a fantastic program for us, and we keep expanding it as well. So we have early childhood, elementary, and secondary teaching options. Early childhood and elementary are both undergraduate programs. And then we also have a Master's of Arts in Teaching program at the elementary level, as well as secondary. And then we're adding a special education endorsement this next academic year, and a certificate in trauma. I forget the full name, but it's a trauma in the classrooms, essentially. So helping students or knowing how to help students who have had trauma in their life and how to help them be successful students. Our most popular area of study right now is actually a business program, business degree. And recently, in the last couple of years, our accounting concentration that used to be under business is now its own major. And then we're also hoping that we can break out our marketing concentration into its own major. So we're hoping that we can start that up this next fall as well. We also have 2 partnership programs here at Eastern with Oregon Health and Sciences University to offer a Bachelor's of Science in Nursing. And we also offer degree programs in agriculture science through Oregon State University. So pretty unique programs, because if you are wanting to study in one of those areas, you actually study all here at the LeGrand Eastern Oregon University campus. You never have to go to Corvallis campus, to OSU or the Portland campus or OHSU to take classes or any of that experience. It's all done right here in LeGrand. Not listed, there's over 20 other academic programs that we offer: art, music, history, anthropology, sociology, communications. Cybersecurity is another new program that we're bringing on this fall. Information technology management. So there's quite a few different programs that you can pick from here at Eastern. We do offer quite a bit of support for students to be successful here at Eastern. And one that I always like to highlight is the Learning Center. So the Learning Center is a free resource for all of our students here at Eastern. And they offer group study sessions, tutoring. There's also a computer lab where you can bring your own paper and print for free. So really handy to save on those costs associated with ink cartridges and printer costs, all that stuff. Also tied to the Learning Center is our testing center and disability services. So if you have a documented learning disability or you require additional test time, or absolute quiet in your testing environment, just work with your professor and those offices to get your learning accommodations met. If you're looking for a job while you're a student here at Eastern, the Career Center is the place to go. So not only on-campus jobs, but off-campus jobs as well, and internship opportunities. So our Career Services Director, Justin Chen, has really worked hard to build the internship opportunity here at Eastern, both on campus and off campus. Yeah. So while you're a student, there's over 50 active clubs and organizations that you can get involved in, something ranging more academic based, like our math club called the Irrationals, or computer science, which is the Pilots, to something more hobby based or to celebrate culture and diversity. So we have a trap shooting club, and they actually fundraise to go to the national trap shooting tournament in Texas every year. We have Associated Students of Eastern Oregon University, our student government, who has very active voices on campus and at the state capitol as well. Ski and snowboarding club. There's exercise classes offered to students on campus for free. Mountain biking, all sorts of different clubs that you can join. It's actually surprising how many activities, when I talk to students, are some of my student workers, how many clubs and organizations they're involved in. It seems like it starts with one, and then it just kind of grows throughout their time at Eastern from there. And pretty soon they're having to say no to different events or helping put on different club events and performances and that sort of thing. To celebrate culture and diversity, we have our Island Magic Luauing show that's typically hosted every April. We have a powwow every May, and lots of other little celebrations in between as well. So we also have Army ROTC on campus, and any aspect of music or theater you can get involved in. You don't have to major or minor in those areas to get involved. So if you just always wanted to audition for a theater production, that's an opportunity for you. If you enjoy singing, and you want to continue that into college, you can join the chamber choir. They meet Monday through Friday at noon in the music department. So a lot of cool opportunities for you here at Eastern. Studying abroad is also a really cool option to consider to enhance your college going experience. And we have students who study abroad for just a term, or maybe an entire year, or maybe they just go for a week or a few weeks in the summertime. So a lot of different options to consider in a lot of different countries that you can study in. We also have a national student exchange, so staying within the United States and studying at a different university for a semester or term or the entire year. So you can work with our study abroad and national student exchange coordinator to kind of pick your program that suits what you're looking for. So I talked about them a little bit earlier, but the Outdoor Adventure Program is a huge student organization here at Eastern, and we have a lot of different offerings. The most popular one is probably our rental shop in the Outdoor Adventure Program. So all of the equipment is free for students to rent: kayaks, paddleboards, mountain bikes, rafts, all of the camping gear that you need to successfully go camping for a weekend. It's all available to you through the Outdoor Adventure Program. You can also take college credit, and these are typically 1 credit classes taught. The class meets like once a week in different outdoor adventures. So if you always wanted to learn how to rock climb, you could take the introductory rock climbing class and then eventually make your way up through to the expert rock climbing class. There's also winter camping and backpacking, horsemanship, archery, fly fishing, stand-up paddleboarding, kayaking, whitewater rafting, hiking, mountain biking, all sorts of different classes. So every season in that we get here offers a new set of classes for you to take. And finally, they go on trips. So local trips to rock climb at High Valley, which is about 20 minutes away from campus, or maybe they're going to go hike Glass Hill, which I think the access point is 10 minutes away from campus. Maybe they're going to float the Grand Ronde River, which actually flows through LeGrand. So they would put in maybe 20 minutes away from campus. So a lot of local trips that you can take. They also do weekend trips to the Eagle Cap Wilderness to do an overnight hiking and backpacking trip, up to Canada to go skiing and snowboarding, over to Painted Hills and John Day, down to Crater Lake, and then spring break trips. So they usually pick a destination for spring break and load up the cargo trailer and the 12-passenger van and caravan down to Arches National Park or Bishop, California to explore the Sierras. So a lot of different cool options that our outdoor adventure program will take students to. Athletics here at Eastern, we are NAIA, that's National Association of Intercollegiate Athletics. So it is competitive. We do have competitive teams. A lot of our teams compete at the national level. These are all of the teams that we currently have. And we also have a cheer and dance team. If you're not interested in competing, you can always be a fan in the stands. It's free to get into the games. And once we make post-conference play, it's usually a couple bucks to get in their game. But I guarantee you it's going to be a great game to go watch. Or if you are still interested in being athletic in college, but not compete for the college, we also have intramurals. So most commonly in volleyball, basketball, and softball intramurals, which staff can also participate in. And so it's not just for students at Eastern. It's pretty fun to see staff out there playing too. We do require first-year students to live on campus, and we have suite-style residence halls for all first-year students. Every suite is gender-specific, and floors are co-ed. Every suite comes with a Wi-Fi router and cable TV access, and the kitchenette that you see there, a living room, a bathroom, a storage room, and then your bedrooms. The kitchenette comes with that microwave and full-size refrigerator. The living room comes with a sofa, a chair, and a TV stand or coffee table, however you'd like to use it. And then depending on the rooms, and your rooms are fully furnished as well with bed, dresser, wardrobe, desk, chair, that sort of thing. But depending on the room layout in the suite, your bathroom could actually be separated into 2 rooms as well. So it could be a toilet, sink, and mirror in one room, and then a shower room in another. So pretty handy to have multiple people getting ready at once. Room and board prices are based on the year. So this is September to June. And room and board prices vary depending on the room that you choose and the meal plan that you choose. So first-year students who live in the first-year suites are required to have a meal plan just because you only have your kitchenette in your room. And so you can eat at Maui Cafe and Max Grill on campus. Both have great, delicious options. And I'm not just saying that, it actually is delicious. Ron is our general manager, and he loves to make comfort food and just keep things fresh for our students. So am I forgetting to tell you anything right now? I don't think so. So we'll keep going. So tuition and fees this academic year is just over $9,400. And actually, this price will continue for the 21-22 academic year as well. So we have frozen our tuition for the next year, which is really nice because typically tuition and fees does go up a little bit every year, but it's frozen. So the price you see here for 2021 will be the same for 21-22. This price is also based on 45 credit hours, which is what it takes to maintain EOU scholarship and keep you on track to graduate in 4 years. So 45 credit hours per year, that breaks down to 15 credit hours per term. So all in all, everything that the FAFSA, the free application for federal student aid, factors into your first year cost of attendance, it's just over $24,000 to attend Eastern. So that's including tuition and fees, room and board, books, personal expenses, transportation costs, everything that would kind of FAFSA tries to factor in. A lot of those are variable costs though, because you could choose to hopefully, knock on wood, live in a triple. Next, hopefully we'll bring that triple bedroom option back here shortly. But you can choose to live in a triple, which will reduce your cost of room and board. And then maybe you can rent your textbooks from our Barnes & Noble College bookstore on campus instead of purchasing them outright. So they're just two examples of how to lower that overall cost of attendance. So the application process here has been streamlined to help you just get it submitted faster. So the application is online from our homepage, eou.edu. You would click the red button that says apply, and it's just basic questions about yourself. There's no short answer essays or questions involved, just your basic information. And then we do have a $50 application fee, but we do also have a deferral form that you can submit in lieu of that $50 application fee. And then you can send us official or unofficial high school transcripts to make an admissions decision. And also, if you are taking college credit while you're in high school, you'll want to eventually send us those transcripts, official transcripts from all of your institutions that you're getting college credit from, so we can transfer that to Eastern. We do not use SAT or ACT in the admissions process, and we haven't for quite some time. And we do not use SAT or ACT to award merit-based scholarships at Eastern. So you don't need to submit your scores for admission or for merit scholarships. And then once we have that completed application, we can make an admissions decision. What we're looking for from high school on your transcript is a 2.75 cumulative GPA, meeting 15 core subjects with a C- or higher. So that breaks down to 4 years of English, 3 years of math through Algebra 2, 3 years of social sciences, 3 years of science, and 2 years of the same foreign language. If you have all of that met, you'll be automatically accepted to Eastern. If you don't quite have that met, we do have a second review process called the individual admissions review that you'll be given the opportunity to go through. So scholarships and financial aid at Eastern. So FAFSA opens October 1st, and that's also the same day that EOU scholarships open. So our merit-based scholarships for freshmen, like the University Scholarly Need, University Achievement, those will be awarded upon acceptance to Eastern. There's no application for it. But Foundation Scholarship, Diversity Scholarship, and a couple others like Math Educators Award, those all have separate applications, and you do have to reapply for them every year. So even our current students have to fall into this October 1st opening, February 1st deadline. So every year that's the same range. October 1st opens the scholarships with applications, and then February 1st, those scholarships with applications close. You can come visit us. We are open for daily campus visits Monday through Friday at 9:30 a.m. and 1:30 p.m. And you can register at eou.edu/visit. During the summer months, we will be open as well, but we will only have the 9:30 a.m. option available, just because it gets a little warm in the afternoons, and no one wants to tour around a college campus in the hot summer sun. So we try and keep you cool. You can follow us on social media, see what our current students and Monty the Mountaineer, see what he's up to on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And I'll take some questions now.
Thanks. Yes, it's really cool too to be able to see all the photos and the video at the start there of campus. It really is a beautiful part of the state. I did have a couple of questions that I noted. One regarding testing. You said it's not required for either admissions or scholarships, but if a student has a test score and they feel like it would help their application, should they submit it? Is it factored in at all for anything?
It would be factored in the individual admissions review. So that's one of the supporting documents that a student could submit is as part of the individual admissions review.
Okay.
Yeah.
One other thing while we're sort of on the subject of the admissions process or the application process, this isn't a question, but just to students, I'll just note that Tricia had mentioned submitting your transcript to Eastern Oregon or to most any college you apply to. I'll just add to that. The way you do that is through Naviance. We're a school that uses Naviance, and it's a big part of your college application process with a lot of resources available, but then also it's like the tool that we use to submit transcripts. So you would list it in your Naviance account, list the college that you're applying to, and then once you've applied, request a transcript. So I'll just mention that. Well, another question I wrote down when you were talking about housing, Tricia, I'm sure, certainly if students were coming from as far away as Eugene, they would probably be very likely to live on campus. I would imagine that first year, unless maybe, they had relatives in town or something like that. But for second year and beyond, do most students live on campus, or is it more common to find community housing there somewhere?
Yeah, that's a great question. So we do offer upperclassmen, international, and transfer student housing, Ollicott Hall, and then EOC apartments. And so you could opt to live on campus beyond your first year if you'd like. And we do have a small population of students who do live in Ollicott and EOC. Ollicott is it's like it's a residence hall building on campus, right next to North and Doherty, the freshman halls. But all of the access to the apartments is from inside the building, so there's no like outside apartment doors.
Okay.
Whereas like EOC is a more traditional apartment complex that's just directly off campus, but our residence life office still manages manages that apartment complex. So like literally, here's the road, campus border here, EOC is right here. So it's like living on campus, but just directly off. Yeah, but it is pretty common for students to find a house to rent with a bunch of buddies, or an apartment with a couple other students as well.
Okay. And maybe my last question, this is more specific to just to COVID and distance learning this year and so on, but has there been any word with Eastern Oregon in particular on what next year might look like? Are they really planning on in-person classes and dorms being somewhat back to normal?
Yeah, that's another fantastic question. We've actually been in some capacity in person this entire academic year. So our executive leadership team really did a fantastic and hardworking job last summer to figure out how we could be in person for this entire academic year. And we haven't had to like shut down our in-person classes at all. And we've had students living in the halls as well. Um, so we're hoping just to continue on um, with that model, and hopefully, now that there's vaccinations available, hopefully we'll be able to bring back in our residence hall community that triple bedroom option as well. So this year we limited it to single and double room occupancies, but hopefully, just because it is a different price point for students
Mhm.
who might be looking for a more affordable option, to bring back that third or the triple room. But yeah, so we've been testing our student population at the beginning of every single term. So the first week of term it has actually been all remote, but as test results come back, the second week is back to either in person, hybrid, or remote learning is what we've been doing. And the largest percentage of our classes have been in person this academic year.
Okay, that's great. One of the benefits, I guess, of a smaller school and just a school in a more rural area, right? That doesn't probably has never had the big COVID numbers that other areas have had, perhaps.
Yeah, yeah, we've lucked out in that regard. We did have a COVID outbreak last summer here, which did spike our numbers and make us go into the extreme category. But um, we've been able to keep our numbers in our campus community pretty small. Yeah.
Okay, well, those are the questions I had. Is there anything else you wanted to add before we wrap up, Tricia?
I don't think so. I just appreciate the time to present today. So thank you so much for hosting this event and letting me spread the word to Lane County students. I appreciate it.
Okay, yeah, and thanks students and parents for watching this. And certainly, I'm sure if you have questions about Eastern, Tricia would be happy to help you. And then just more generally about college questions or researching options for after high school. Cherie in our college center is a great resource, and your counselor, whoever that may be, depending on your last name, is as well. So let us know how we can help. Okay, thanks everyone. We'll go ahead and stop recording now.